Welcome to Pictometry's Introduction to Organization Administration for the Pictometry Online Environment. This training video will review the basic functions of an organization administrator, including how to create, remove, manage, and monitor users within your organization. First, we'll discuss logging in and understanding the properties of your organization. To begin, access your Pictometry online or self-hosting URL using Mozilla Firefox or Internet Explorer 7 or 8. Enter the email address assigned to you by your super administrator for your organization, followed by your password, and select Administration from the pull-down application menu. The Remember Me box will store your login, but it will not store your password. Please note that your login is unique to this organization. If you are responsible for administering more than one organization, you will have a different login for each organization. Click the Login button to continue. If you neglected to specify administration in the pull-down menu when logging in, you'll be brought to the Pictometry online page. Simply select Admin from the top menu to go to the admin page at any time. Once logged in, you'll be brought to the Organization Information page for your organization. The Welcome field helps to easily identify your current username. The user type identifies your classification within the organization. The account name identifies the name of your organization. The account ID is a number assigned to your organization when it was created. The inactivity threshold indicates the number of minutes a logged-in user may remain idle before being automatically logged off. A user is considered idle if they have not called up an image or accessed the GIS data within a specified period of time. For instance, time spent taking measurements or adding annotations to a workspace would be considered idle time because the user has not accessed the GIS or image data. It's the callout or ping to the server for a new image or GIS data that lets the server know they are not idle. The Maximum Users field indicates the number of maximum user accounts allowed within your organization. The number of concurrent users indicates the number of users within your organization allowed online at the same time. Anyone trying to log in when the number of concurrent users is at its maximum will not be allowed online. As the organization administrator, you will have the ability to log users off if necessary. The Logged In Users field indicates the number of currently logged in users. All of these organization parameters, such as the number of maximum users and the inactivity threshold, are determined by your super administrator. Let's shift our focus to the tools you have available to help manage the users within your organization. On the left column, you will find a list of administrative options. Selecting All Logged In Users will showcase all currently logged in users within your organization, their email addresses, their user types, and application types. Selecting View All Users will showcase all users within your organization and allow you to manage them. A user highlighted in green will indicate that they are currently logged on. Those who are not highlighted in green are currently logged out. From this screen, you can create new users or modify current users' login, password, user type, and application type. Let's go ahead and add a user to this organization. When adding users, it's best to complete each field moving from left to right. To add a user, first enter the email address they will use to log into your organization. The email address you assign a user is intended to serve as an account ID that will be used exclusively to log into this organization only. The email address you select does not have to be the user's current working email address. Feel free to create a unique alias and domain to easily identify which organization the user belongs to. For instance, if a user belongs to 3 different organizations, they will need to have 3 different email addresses or account IDs created for them. Pictometry does not validate the email addresses you create for logging in, since they are intended strictly for login purposes. Keeping this in mind, be sure to enter each email address correctly upon creation. Include the person's first name and last name, followed by a password. Note that users can change their own password upon login. However, they cannot retrieve a forgotten password. They'll need to contact the organizational administrator for a password reset. When assigning a user type to a new user, you are given 3 options to choose from: administrator, user, and guest. By definition, an administrator can add users and manage user privileges within their assigned organization. Keep in mind that other administrators within your organization will have the same rights and privileges as you. It is recommended that you designate another trusted user within your organization as an administrator for backup purposes, as I'm doing here. Administrators must always be assigned full privileges from the application pull-down menu, which we will review in just a moment. Select Update Save after each entry. If an email address is already assigned to another organization, when you attempt to update save, you will receive a prompt indicating that the user exists elsewhere. Either assign them with a different user email address for this organization or contact your super administrator to have them moved to your organization. The second user type available is user. Most users within your organization will be set as users. A user is defined as an individual who will be logging into the Pictometry online site utilizing their personal login credentials. Users, as well as administrators, are allowed only 1 login session at a time. You'll want to remind basic users to select POL from the pull-down menu upon login. If a user attempts to log in with administration selected from the drop-down menu, they'll receive an error message reminding them that only administrators are allowed on the administration site. The same logic applies to guest users, which we will review momentarily. A user can be assigned either light or full privileges via the application pull-down menu. Selecting full gives users access to the GIS data available within your organization. Full users are also able to add annotations and save workspaces, as well as share those workspaces with other full users in the same organization. Selecting Light allows users access only to imagery, measurement tools, and searches. Light users are unable to access workspaces, GIS data, and create annotations. The ability to assign full or light application privileges to users in a given organization are determined by the super administrator. Keep in mind that some organizations may be limited to light users only. The third user type available is guest. If you have a need for a generic login within your organization, a guest login can be used to accomplish this task. It is recommended that you create only 1 guest login for your organization and label it clearly upon creation, as we've done here. By design, all guests are light users having access only to imagery, searches, and measurement tools. The same guest login can be used simultaneously by multiple users. Keeping this in mind, the number of logged-in users will include all currently logged-in guests, as well as users. The number of concurrent users within your organization will be affected by the number of simultaneous guests logged in, preventing users within your organization from being able to log in under their own individual accounts. If you are operating in the self-hosting environment, speak to your super administrator about creating a separate organization for guest users only if you foresee this becoming a potential problem for your organization. Viewing all users lets you not only create users, but modify and manage them as well, such as editing a username or resetting a password. Selecting the refresh button simply refreshes the current page. If you forgot to save your work, you'll receive a prompt upon hitting the refresh button asking if you'd like to keep or discard the changes that you've made. The search field lets you search for specific users within your organization. Simply enter all or part of the user's name and click on the magnifying glass to the right of the search toolbar. Should you want to log a user out of a current session, highlight the user from your list of users and select the Log Out User button. The user will receive a notification within approximately 3 minutes that their session has expired. Marking a user as inactive will prevent future logins but will not delete the account. This feature is most commonly used with users who plan on taking an extended leave of absence. If an inactive user attempts to log into your organization, they will receive a prompt indicating that their account has been disabled. A user's name can be selected from your complete list of users and returned to active status by selecting the Mark as Active button or by simply clicking on the icon to the left of the user's account ID. To delete a user, simply highlight the user's name from your complete list of users and select Delete User. Always remember to select Update Save after making any modifications to a user's status or credentials. Finally, let's discuss the reporting tools that you have available. To view only users that have active accounts, select View Active Users. Any users who you have marked inactive will not appear on this list. From this screen, you will still have permission to create and edit currently active users' accounts. You will see both users who are logged in and those who are logged out. Selecting View Inactive Users allows you to see any users that you have marked as inactive. To view only users who are logged in, select View Logged In Users. The Create Report button allows you to view user-specific reports regarding usage. Simply click on a user's name and select the Create Report button. You can view multiple reports by holding the Control key down on your keyboard and selecting multiple users from your list with your left mouse click, then clicking on the Create Report button. For users operating in the self-hosting environment, user-specific reports will become available in a future release of Pictometry Online. Be on the lookout for improvements to this reporting function in the future. For additional support on managing your organization, contact your local self-hosting administrator or Pictometry's customer support team by contacting 1-888-771-9714 or by emailing customersupport@pictometry.com.